Hi, I'm Marty Meisner.
I'm Mickey Meisner, and we're the owners of the Kangen Water Store in Vancouver, Washington.
We wanted to give a shout out to Stephen Quick with SQ Merchant Services for providing us all the tools that we need to operate our business, our merchant account, our POS system, and our online invoicing.
The whole thing was seamless. His customer service was impeccable. The rate of the speed at which he took care of it. We just looked over the accounts this morning and realized how much we saved by going with him. So that is always a bonus.
Yeah, just an amazing guy. He will answer his phone 24/7. I probably shouldn't say that. But we did have one little hiccup right when we first started got the POS system online, and he was on the phone with the provider, the POS provider, and solved the problem immediately.
And we're kind of a complicated business because we have a membership and we have retail, so we made him work. And I have to say I'm impressed with the way he handled the whole thing. So thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Stephen, from SQ Merchant Services. Amazing.
Great job.
Stephen, thanks for being here. We shot a review video for you yesterday, and I wanted to be able to tie some things in with that. And I thought it would be great to just kind of get you on here and talk about services that you can provide for people, especially during this time right now.
Very good, thank you. Yeah, Stephen Quick, SQ Merchant Services. The other day I did a video blog about some ideas that might be able to help some of the customers out there to generate new customers, or ways that you maybe not thought of before to be able to run transactions. I'd say probably the two that I'm really going to highlight maybe this morning is e-commerce or mobile payments, which also kind of can bleed in over to pay the curb. But those are the two probably the biggest ones right now, because maybe somebody doesn't have or has a website, but they haven't really took the leap into e-commerce. And I have solutions for that, and I got web developers that can help facilitate that. The other thing is that I did a video that will come out here in a couple days about mobile payment. The software that is in the mobile payments now is much more robust than once upon a time you're just running a card. You know, there's all kinds of things that it does now, and the teaser will be that there's about 7 or 8 items that are on that video, so be on the lookout for that. That would be able to show you, what the software does now for the payments on your phone.
Nice. Yeah, I just appreciate, well, first of all, you set up the auto pay option for our customers, and that it just took so much of the complication out and so much of the, the uncertainty, awkwardness, having to ask for, the same payment every month. And I really appreciate that. And I just think it's interesting because, even a few years ago, to have e-commerce on a website cost thousands, tens of thousands. And you've just totally simplified that. So how does that look for a person that has a website? Like, we also have retail, and how does that look to implement that for, like, we can't have people in the store. So what does that transition look like?
So if you're wanting to do either social distancing or just no contact whatsoever, two different ways you can do that. If you want no contact, you can actually send an invoice link to be able to send them via email or through the software, and they can actually pay on that link. And so again, there's no contact at that point. If you want to do like curbside, you can key in a transaction, and maybe on your app or on your website, you can click on it and it'll create that transaction dollar figure, and then you can actually key it in if it's curbside. If it's on e-commerce side, obviously then they would have to put in their information to to finish the transaction.
Mhm.
I do have to say, in the midst of all of this, um, with increased online presence comes online fraudsters. That's just the way it
Uh,
is. So keep in mind that if you need the zip code, if you need the 5-digit number, of your house, if you need the 3 or 4-digit on the back of the card, make sure you put that in, because if you don't, you could potentially be liable. Now, the caveat is, you may, depending on your category, you may not need any of it, or you may need all of it. So just talk to your merchant service provider and find out what you need.
Well, and I really appreciate that, because with the curbside service, I'm hesitant to take cash. I'm spraying
Right?
it down, when I get it. I don't want to make change. It's crazy. But
Yeah, very much so. It's scary time right now.
yeah, yeah. So I just really appreciate that.
Stephen, thank you so much for all that you do. You have definitely made our business more simplified as
Yeah.
far as how we take payments, and being able to have our membership set up the way it is, which is great.
Wonderful.
And best of luck. This really is hard times to be able to do this. I mean, usually we would be talking in person, and it's like, here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we are. But at the end of the day, we just need to band together. This is going to be this too shall pass type concept.
It's just going to become part of the story,
It is. It
and
is
we'll
going
laugh
to be
about it, and this is going to be okay.
Yeah, it's really hard
absolutely
when you're a hugger. When you're a hugger and you want to hug, and it's like, oh,
right.
can I give you a hug?
Being kinesthetic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
thank
I
you.
appreciate you guys, and I thank you for this, and you guys just have an amazing day.
Awesome. Thanks, Stephen.
All right.